Now, moving on to our last story, we do have some updates with Mar-a-Lago. Look, folks, my stuff was raided, okay? They came after me. I wasn't even there. They took my passports. They took everything. It's criminal. It's just wrong what they're doing. Just the FBI, the DOJ, it's just wrong. It's despicable. It's wrong. So Trump, as you know, got raided. That's not funny. Just the Trump impression was funny because I suck at it. You have the Department of Justice filing a motion on Monday opposing the release of the affidavit that was used to justify the search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. So you have this home, obviously, that Trump lives in, partially, part-time, and he has some documents there, okay? What's amazing to me is you had one affidavit, and that led to an FBI raid by the DOJ, which, by the way, the Democrats, progressive left, don't want to call it a raid, right? Because it looks bad on them. I mean, the DOJ looks horrible right now, the Department of Justice. The reason why me bringing up the affidavit, how many thousands of affidavits did we have regarding the election integrity? People saying, I saw this, I saw that. Where's all the raids? Where's all the seizing of documents? Where's the investigations there? Thousands of them. You have one guy giving an affidavit. I understand affidavits are somewhat important, right? I mean, you're basically under oath while you're writing it. Saying, hey, this is where the documents are. This is what's at Trump's place. And they go in, they take his passports, they go through Melania's underwear drawer looking for documents about nuclear warheads or whatever they're saying, you know, blah, blah, blah. We all know what it was really for, to find anything they can about this man. But they're not going to go and do this about election integrity, which we know there was dead people that voted. We have verifiable evidence that there's people that voted. We have dead people that voted. We have verifiable evidence that there's people that voted that never even lived at the address, which you can't make a vote for. We know concretely, we have evidence that people received multiple ballots in the mail and were voting with multiple ballots in the mail. All affidavits. We have people doing shady stuff everywhere with thousands of affidavits. Nothing. So it takes one guy and you're going to go after this rather than thousands. It shows you the corruption, and people want to continually trust government. The Democrat Party, the progressive left, continually want to trust government. It's crazy. And they have the cojones, you guys, to say, oh, well, Republicans and conservatives want the power. They want bigger government. It just shows you how dumb some are. Just some. It just shows you. I mean, there's such a disconnect between the Democrat Party, the progressive left, and what Republicans and conservatives actually believe in. And you want to know why there's such a disconnect? Because they grow up in a milieu. They grow up in an entire education system, as well as universities and colleges. They grow up in this bubble, this social environment, this milieu, to where that's all they hear is leftist things, Democrat things. They rarely ever get conservative thought and ideas out there, which is like why I said you gotta like and subscribe to this video, so maybe we can red pill or awaken some people. But because they haven't got anything else, they actually don't know what we believe in. They actually don't know what Republicans are, what their values are, what their foundation is, and what they believe in. And then you extrapolate that to conservatives, which is different than Republicans. They don't even have a damn clue. So they actually think that we want more power. They actually think that we want more government. They're so far off. They are so lost. It is ridiculous. And it shows you how lost they are. I mean, look at what they're doing to the country. I mean, hell, you can look at probably in your own locality if you live in a Democrat-ran area to see what they're doing. And look what they're doing to this great man, Donald Trump. Going and raiding him. The things that this man did and sacrificed for this country, his business, his dealings, his hotels, you know, he took a loss on all this stuff because people just didn't like him. They didn't like the way that he talked, even though he's a New Yorker, even though he's a freaking billionaire, playboy, and they're all shocked that he was hooking up with women. Like, oh my God, why would he do that? What? Really? Like, as if you haven't seen an episode of TV ever. So this is the stuff they're doing to this man, this great man, for doing such a great job in putting America first, where the Democrats want to put America last or second, if second. Quote, the fact that this investigation implicates highly classified materials further underscores the need to protect the integrity of the investigation and exacerbates the potential for harm if information is disclosed to the public prematurely or improperly. Because the FBI hasn't been known to leak anything about an investigation. And then they'll go and claim now with all these hearings and all this stuff, oh, we don't talk about investigations all of a sudden. What are you talking? We don't talk about that. But yet, you know, they're going to sit there and talk about other investigations that have happened in the past, but they're not going to, you know, give us what's the scoop on exactly what you were looking for. Because now we're getting different answers. They took his passport, supposedly. They're rummaging through Melania's underwear drawer looking for nuclear codes or whatever the hell these documents are that they want to find. All this shenanigans, all this silliness. A judge unsealed, the search warrant and property receipt on Friday, which revealed that the FBI agents seized approximately 20 boxes of items from Trump's home, including one set of documents marked as various classified CSI documents, which refers to top secret, sensitive, compartmented information. The government determined that these materials could be released without significant harm to its investigation because the search had already been executed and publicly acknowledged by the former president, and because the materials had been previously provided to the former president through counsel. This is according to the Justice Department Monday's filing. Disclosure at this juncture of the affidavit supported probable cause would by contrast cause significant and irreparable damage to this ongoing criminal investigation. Trump has called the raid an assault on a political opponent, saying that the FBI agents took 3 of his passports during the raid. I was told this was just for documents. I was told the National Archive just wants their documents back, but you're going after, now you're taking his passports. Unbelievable stuff going on. You're telling me there's not some shenanigans going on, folks? You're telling me there's not some shady stuff happening here? I think they're casting a wide net. I think they're going deep sea fishing here, and they're just seeing whatever can land. I mean, they are just grabbing darts and throwing them. Wherever it will land, they're praying to God it lands on some sort of criminal behavior so they can put this man behind bars so that he won't run for president and they don't have to deal with him again. It's just, what is going on with this country? What has happened to it? I'll tell you what's happened to it. The Democrat Party's running it into the ground and people still keep voting for it. Trump has called the raid an assault on a political opponent. There has never been a time like this where law enforcement has been used to break into the house of a former president of the United States. And there's a tremendous anger in the country at a level that's never before seen, other than during various perilous times. 100% correct. This is what Trump tells Fox News Digital. I'm pissed. I'm keeping my emotions lowered here. This is ridiculous. And the biggest pet peeve of mine is the hypocritical crap that Merrick Garland was saying, what Democrats are saying, the stuff that you have on Biden. Forget an affidavit on Biden. You have recordings. You have freaking pictures. You have emails. You have voicemails. You have so much stuff, more than an affidavit, and you won't go after him. And the same thing, you had evidence after evidence with Hillary Clinton and her server, just her server. There's so much other crap. Don't even get me into Benghazi. There's so much stuff, and you wouldn't do anything. You even said she broke the law, and we're not going to prosecute it because it's never really happened. It's unprecedented. So we're not going to do it, even though we know what she did. So they're not going to do that. You got Hunter Biden, his laptop. The dude's still riding on Air Force One. That's what bugs the hell out of me. I'm losing my voice here. It's just that the hypocrisy and the corruption that is going on. At least just give us a little bit of 50-50 here. You know, for people that push this whole equality thing, and they'll use race, they'll use past discriminations, all this stuff, you know, equality at the end of the day, equality of outcome. You know, they're not equal in terms of anything that they ever do. Just like our first story of the day, they're going to get rid of the white people first. All the minorities get to keep their jobs. In the same way here, it's always the Republicans and conservatives that get investigated. The Democrats just go scotch-free on everything. Again, like you said, there's just never been a time where law enforcement has done anything like this. Jimmy Carter had documents, Reagan had documents, Bush had documents, Clinton had documents, Obama had documents, but no raids on them. Affidavits, maybe, but you got one. But you know, you got thousands of them out there, and they won't even just question the election integrity because you're crazy. You're a crazy conspiracy theorist if you think there was a few people that might have broke the law in voting, but you know, they're going to go after the former president here that freaking puts Americans first. Just lovely. The Justice Department said Monday that it does not oppose to release other documents such as cover sheets for the warrant and the government's motion to seal. Other lawmakers have also called for the release of the affidavit and other documents supporting the search warrant from the Trump's home. But you know, what's baffling to me is Merrick Garland comes out and be like, oh, we're going to be the most transparent freaking DOJ there's ever been. And then he's not releasing everything. So you're not going to be the most transparent. You got to love this. The Biden administration echoed this crap too. Oh, we're going to be the most transparent administration. Biden has never, at least to my knowledge, has sat on the podium up front where the White House press secretary stands and has just taken unfiltered questions from the press corps. We're going on almost 2 years at some point here, and he has yet to do it. But he's going to go ride around on the beach on his bicycle with the Secret Service around that probably dropped him off like a couple feet before he ever got recorded. And when he does get recorded, he falls off his bicycle, can't handle simple questions. So we all know what's going on here. We all can see it. It's out there in the open. If it's this much out there in the open, can you imagine on what type of corruption is going on behind the scenes, folks? It must be crazy. The Democratic and Republican leaders of the Senate Intelligence Committee sent a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland and Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines on Sunday requesting the specific intelligence documents seized from Mar-a-Lago. Lindsey Graham tweeted on Monday afternoon that it is imperative the Justice Department release the affidavit justifying the raid. The issue now goes back to the magistrate judge, who may ask Trump's team whether they should support the release of the affidavit. So, look, Trump can release some of this stuff himself. Some of the stuff they need, obviously, the magistrate judge, to do it on their end. So I'm curious, as I'm sure all of you are, what the hell's in this affidavit? What was so concrete there that it took 31 plus FBI agents to go in and raid the former president's home? Because it better be something good. It better be freaking damn good to do something like this, to go after a political opposition opponent that you know is going to kick the crap out of Joe Biden. I mean, anybody could probably beat Joe Biden, but you got freaking Donald Trump, and Democrats want to put AOC out front. You had Elizabeth Warren the other day. I don't know if any of you guys caught this. It was kind of hidden in the news a little bit. She said basically anybody that had a penis, or she had a penis, she would have gotten everybody to vote for her. That's what she said. I mean, you got to be some sort of idiot, lady. Nobody's going to vote for you. You're crazy. You're just as crazy as AOC. I mean, I know you got some people that are willing to vote for you and side with you, but that's the Democrat Party willing to vote for nutzos and crazies. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.